Bet.
Eyes open, I'm gone. Face in the mirror feels wrong. Hands on the wheel, I'm floating.
One of the things that's getting me about this case is everybody wants to keep talking about how Carmelo's upbringing is a big contributor to why he's in this situation, right? They're saying that his parents should have taught him better. His father should have taught him better. Now, don't get me wrong. What it seems like what they're being portrayed, what they're doing is some wild shit. I'm not gonna lie. Left him whenever he was getting sentenced. They said sentence and witness testimony. I can think of a few reasons maybe why, but either way, no matter how you felt, he needed you there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not using them as a as his admission to guilt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that he's guilty of murder because his parents are terrible people. No. But I can kind of see where some people are kind of like, how they are, it kind of rubs off on him. I can kind of see that, but I don't know. It's hard to admit to that, right? It's hard to find that middle ground and get to that middle ground when we're ignoring who the Metcalf father was. You know what I'm saying? Like we're ignoring the upbringing of Austin and Hunter just because one of them isn't here anymore. We're just going to ignore the fact that there are numerous people talking about how much of a bully he was, how much of an impact Austin and Hunter were on these kids' lives negatively. Like they were very, very much a nuisance in their community. But they keep trying to throw the thug title on Carmelo. And like, is it because he's black? Is it because, I think I did see him in photos of him and guns and but who's not doing that, man? Like, that's still not an admission to guilt. That's still not an admission to guilt. We see the difference between the thugs. We see the difference between the street ninjas and Carmelo Anthony. We all see it. And they picking on him because they know he's not that. They know he wouldn't survive in jail like that. They know it. But either way, that's besides the point. That's one of the biggest things, right? So I want, this is a long ass video, right? This is a long video. I'm gonna make sure I put the original video in the comments. But I want to focus on this one part where they talk about his dad and how it really was kind of in their household. So let's go ahead and get into it.
We also know, and I'm gonna say allegedly, that Megan ran away many a times with her boys to get away from Jeff Metcalf. We know that Austin Metcalf tore Jeff Metcalf's rotator cuff on his shoulder. We know that because Jeff said it himself on his Beyonce World Tour on this internet space on TikTok for 18 hours. He said,
"Oh, man, y'all can't come and try to tell me that man is not racist after saying all that racial." after out of nowhere talking about I'm just gonna come up with something watermelon felon. Like, shut the up, man. We know that you was literally workshopping that shit. We know that you was going and trying to figure out the worst thing you can say and hide it behind I'm just a distressed father right now when you weren't a father to begin with. It's crazy to me. Like, you raised your sons to be who they are. You raised them to be where they are now. And all we can talk about is how Carmelo's father wasn't a good man. Shut, man.
No. And so since he said
Beyonce World Tour,
it's Beyonce World Tour on Beyonce's World Internet via his TikTok, he did that. And so these are their words, not mine, that this is what happened. So
and Austin said that in his first interview the same day the situation happened.
Hunter stayed with Jeff.
The part that I was talking about.
Austin stayed with Megan because Austin couldn't stay in the same house with Jeff. Yes, that's their living arrangements. That's how they.
Apparently, allegedly, I have no way. I have not confirmed this. No, allegedly, I'm here with y'all, watching this with y'all. He couldn't even stay with his dad. He couldn't even stay. He couldn't even live in the same home with his pops, allegedly, because of how bad their relationship was, how bad the situation was, how bad of a temper that Austin had, and how bad of a temper his father had, and how bad it could get when shoulders get in contact with sons. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you raised your son to be a bully. He ended up bullying you along with everybody else. And now you trying to act like you deserve father of the year, man.
Wow.
And so, yeah, so.
And on top of that, hold on. If this man can't even be around his own kids, right? He can't be around his own kids. What makes you think that he was really trying to take up for Carmelo Anthony? How he was acting like, I was trying to be there for him. I was trying to be there for everybody. Shut the up, bro. That's not, no. Come on now. He couldn't even be there for, he wasn't there for his own child. He wasn't there. And it shows because his child's not here anymore. He wasn't there for his own kid. What makes you think he was really trying to be there for Carmelo? They trying to make this man out to be a saint. This man is going on tours right now. This man is making so much money off the death of his child right now. And we're trying to focus on the fact that Carmelo's parents are doing X, Y, and Z. Instead of saying Carmelo, they're saying his parents. Everybody's been saying Austin was a bully. That's it. They're saying Austin wasn't a bully. So we said, okay, cool. Let's look at his background. You say that Carmelo's background justifies his criminal activity, correct? So why can't we say that Austin's background, you know, it shows why he was enacting in his criminal activity? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that they were from a very abusive household. Jeff and Megan got divorced somewhere in 2020 something, and it was
that's Austin's parents, by the way.
It was very volatile. We had the records. I don't know where they went. We went to go look them up again so we could see exactly what the divorce decree said. And guess what? Jeff said that Greg Willis, DA Greg Willis, was his DA. So guess what they did? They sealed the records. And so now you can't even see it on Collin County website anymore. Now, we do have the actual records, the registry of records. We have a copy of that. But you can't see the details because they scrubbed the whole thing. But guess what? We do have his ex-wife's divorce when he divorced her in 1999. So we could actually go ask her how abusive he was. Because he is a very volatile dude. He was very abusive to people in the real estate industry. And so he bullied a lot of different real estate agents in the deal.
You can see it in that man's eyes. I ain't gonna lie. You can see it in that man's eyes. He is used to, if he don't get his way, he's gonna put his hands on you. You already know he was allegedly forcing himself on people. If he don't get his way, he's used to taking it. And that's what he taught his children. That's what he taught his children. I'm sorry. If you were such a great father and a great husband, why did you get divorced? Why did your son break your damn shoulder? I'm confused. Why were you arrested for SA? Huh. Curious thing, huh?
Area.
Dwayne going hard.
The attitude and the mantra that Jeff has taught these twins, how to be very abusive toward women, how to be very entitled and have the caucasity that they have the right to move somebody and tell somebody to go somewhere.
Because that could be what he's saying right there, could be taken as defamation of character if it's not true.
And Megan Metcalf allowed it because she was excusing it just the other day, just this week. She was on Bay Boys Live, and people can go look it up, or they probably heard it. She was on there speaking, and she was excusing Hunter's behavior at threatening girls and women, young women, and telling Austin told them that his hands were, and I don't know if I can say this because this is YouTube, but his hands go both ways.
Yeah, man. I just you have so many accounts, right? You have so many accounts. They had 22 witnesses on the prosecuting side. But they have so many people that are constantly talking about throughout the years before this even happened, talking about how these boys are menaces to society. They're menaces to society, right? Where did they go during this trial? Where did they go? Where did they go during this trial? Like, Lord Jesus. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm not saying that Carmelo Anthony should not be punished for whatever he did. But all I'm saying is I want a fair trial so that we can actually see what he did. That's it. That's it. I want to see what he did, because they used to sprinkle some crack on somebody and be like, hey, he's got drugs on him. That used to be a thing. Let's not act like that didn't happen. Let's not act like they used to not put the weapon in the car and be like, he had the murder weapon. Let's not act like that didn't happen. I just want a fair trial. At the worst, I think he deserves manslaughter if everything they said is true. I think at the worst, he deserves manslaughter, because even when he thrusted once, I don't think he was meaning to end the boy's life. I don't. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm gonna put the link to the video in the bio so y'all can go ahead and check out the full video. Y'all be easy.
So high, out of my skin, out of my mind. Pull me back into time. If this is a dream, don't open my eyes. I'm right here, but I feel so high.